Hi everybody, welcome to the video surprise of the day. Today's video surprise is on the 2021 Toyota Camry XSE Hybrid and more. So it's more on the refresh. Before you get started, please remember to hit the subscribe button, the bell icon if you want to be notified new videos. And I really appreciate that thumbs up. That helps the channel a lot. Thank you very much in advance. Okay, so Toyota has definitely surprised us today and refreshed their product line for the Camry and many other vehicles as well. And looks like a celestial silver metallic painted Camry. So this is not any Camry. This is the new Camry that's coming out. That's an XSE for the hybrid edition. Okay. So that's going to be a new entry in the new vehicles that Toyota is releasing for the upcoming 2021 model year. And it's the first ever XSE hybrid grade Camry. So remember, you had the LE, it's the base. You got the SE, the sports one, sports edition. Then you got the XLE, the luxury edition. Well, this is like the XLE, but it's the XSE. So you get not only the sportiness, but also the fuel savings, luxury and sportiness all in one. So this is the one you're gonna get both in. The front fascia has been redesigned. You probably noticed that much about it. I didn't notice that much about it. Maybe the lower intake, the fake intakes on the lower left and right, I guess. That's the big thing. I didn't notice that much about it. So this one still has the hybrid badging, of course. It's the XSE. It's the higher level trim of the SE, by the way. And these look like 19-inch wheels as well too. Painted black. Looks really glossy and beautiful as well too. The tires look very sporty. I think you're going to get a very firm ride on this as well too. Also, what's new is the first Toyota to debate the new Safety Sense 2.5 Plus. So that comes with a little bit more features, I guess, than the previous one. Let's see if I could dig some details on that one as well too. And this XSE is a two-tone paint. You probably noticed the body is a different color than the roof of the vehicle. So it has black on the top, silver in this case for the bottom, and of course, it still wears the Toyota hybrid badging, the blue badging. So I like the spoiler because it's different. It makes it more sporty, a little bit different in terms of contrast as well too, because this is, the color's different. XSE Hybrid. It's the first time ever they had this vehicle. And you got the nice trim pieces as well on the bumper. So looks a lot sportier. If you didn't tell me it's a hybrid, I would not know. That's how I could say it, right? It looks like any other car. And that's the good thing because you don't want the hybrid to stand out. It has automatic trunk as well too. Automatic trunk release. So you can get into the trunk. So that's a big improvement on this particular one. But also there are other features that are new too in the Toyota Camry and it's been refreshed. But I'm going to go over that as soon as we take a view inside the vehicle. And there we go. So there's actually a new 7-inch and 9-inch floating multimedia display. Of course, it's kind of hard to tell over here if it's a 7 or 9. I think the 9s are the ones that have probably had the higher trim pieces and the lower ones have the 7-inch. So I think that's going to be the difference. So, theoretically, it looks really nice. And, from a distance, it looks really nice too. I always like it when it's floating. It seems to be more worthwhile. The seats are still very nice on the XSE. Probably knows this. Okay, taking a look at the inside, a lot of amenities that I used to be accustomed to. I noticed the trims has been upgraded. Uh, so, there's a lot of differences here and there. And we are looking at the XSE. So, there's some subtle differences between the two. The infotainment operation is pretty much the same overall. The two big cup holders, you got the hold button, normal, sport, and eco as well too. And you got the headrest. I think the seats look a lot nicer. I don't think there's a lot of changes on it. So, and these seats are in black, by the way, too. Really hides dirt. And you got a lumbar support forward, back, and the XSE is the new sports edition for the Camry. So the other one we're looking at is the XLE. So there's some changes on the XLE This is the top of the line one if you wanted a luxury. Difference between XLE and XSE. XLE would be more like a cushy ride, and an XSE is probably going to be a firmer ride. So if you're looking for one of these vehicles, and that's how you're going to distinguish between the two, the differences and such. So this particular one is not the hybrid one, but you notice the front fascia changed a little bit. You got the chrome piece over here, so it makes it a little more special than the previous models that you've seen, like the 2020 models, for example, right? This one's not hybrid, so you don't get the hybrid badging in the back. And I like these LED bars. They look really nice in the back of the vehicle. The XLE is the luxury model, but it's not the highest level. And there's actually a TRD model as well too. And there's also nightshade and stuff like that. So what's so special about the XLE that's profiled here? Well, XLE is, the one that a lot of people get as well too, and that's going to be coming also in all-wheel drive as well too. So notice all-wheel drive is going to be a LE, XLE, SE, SE, Nightshade, which has the blackened logos and such, and the XSE. So four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. Notice the infotainment is floating now. It's a lot easier to see, and it's a touchscreen as well too. So this one has that panoramic roof, moonroof, and it expands all the way. And it's definitely, I think it's on the XLE only, but correct me if I'm wrong. And it has the SOS, garage door opener, map lights, and also a feature you could buy with the options as is the phone charger. And also they didn't show it on this, but I'll grab a picture showing the 360-degree view, which is one of the big plus of getting some of these vehicles. Is like, some of the Lexuses don't even have the view. So you see the third button from the left is the 360 view. You got the stability control, the trunk open, the gasoline, and heated steering wheel as well too. So you just don't have all the luxury in a Lexus, but you got all the functionality, or even more than a Lexus. So just think of that way. You're getting a very good price for your vehicle, and also the durability from Lexus. So here's the new seats that the XLE has. So it's called the luxurious new herringbone pattern seats. Let me see if I pronounce that right. Herringbone pattern. So that's what it is. And it looks very cushy. It looks like quite a bit of insulation. One of the things about the Camry before I experienced was like some of the lower trim levels, the seats weren't that cushy, I guess, right? Say compared to the Lexus models, the ES, for example, which had the best seats, I think, the most cushy seats, I guess, overall. So here's the back view of the front two, driver and passenger. You notice the floating infotainment. By the way, it's Android Auto, Apple CarPlay integrated as well, and that's how it looks like. It isn't a lot easier to see. You have the power on and off button. You got the tuning knob. Also you have the controls for the syncing of the AC as well too. The fan. It's just more simplified instead of like built into the display. So it's more floating infotainment, multimedia system, or multimedia display, whatever you call that thing. So, and the blue color that was featured as well, just for folks that would probably ask, it's the blue streak metallic as well. And the silver one featured again is celestial silver metallic. Looks really beautiful in the sunlight and at night. So it looks like different color, different shades of color, I would say, right? And that's the hybrid one. So of course these nice wheels and stuff is only on the XSE model. So unless you can maybe buy it as an option addition, as an option or something like that. So these are wearing Bridgestone, Terenza tires and such. Okay, so very nice color, very nice tires overall. I couldn't help noticing the view in the back of this vehicle has like an air deflector and the two exhaust tips at the end. So that's something special about, you don't find in most hybrids that you see in this one over here. So it's really great news that Toyota redesigned it and came out for XSE Hybrid. So that's the big news. All right. And here's the badging to prove it. And Hybrid XSE, it's like a hybrid sports car with all the luxury features and such, right? Before you only could settle for SE, we had the sportiness, but you don't get the luxury as if you in the XLE. So now you get both, get the best of both worlds, and you're not going to lose anything. So that's the biggest thing. There's also a TRD. Keep in mind, hybrid doesn't have 4-wheel drive, so that's the thing I do want to point out. So only the regular ones have 4-wheel drive, and there's still a 6-cylinder that's XLE, XSE, and TRD as well. So the TRD is all on the 6-cylinder. Hope you liked the video. Surprise! I really appreciate a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.